Why you ever chose me has always been a mystery. All my life I've been told I belong at the end of the line, with all the other not quite, with all the never get it right. But it turns out they're the ones you were looking for all this time. 'Cause I'm just a nobody, trying to tell everybody all about somebody who saved my soul. Ever since you rescued me, you gave my heart a song to sing. I'm living for the world to see, nobody but Jesus. I'm living for the world to see, nobody but Jesus. When Moses had stage fright.
Hey cool cats and kittens, it's Susan here from Big Cat Country.
You picked 12 outsiders nobody would have chosen, and you changed the world. Well, the moral of the story is everybody's got a purpose. So when I hear that devil start talking to me, say,
hey, guess what time it is?
Say I'm just a
What time is it?
It's 7 o'clock, and guess what we are? Live.
Already?
We're live.
You get some. I'm so sorry. I'm not ready.
Come on, Paul.
We're really live.
Everyone, now this is the tour of the walk home at high speed.
We live?
Yeah, we're live. So,
Hey, welcome to. Are we live?
we're live.
Welcome to episode 3 of Sunday Night Live, coming from our homes to yours.
Welcome, guys. All right, let's start how we always start, and that's with prayer. So let's go over to Embry Bird, one of our juniors, to open our night in prayer. Embry?
Hello, so we're going to pray. Gentlemen, if you're wearing a hat, please remove it. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, excuse the dog, amen. So this dog keeps on barking, we're just going to roll with it. So I'm going to read a excerpt from Jesus Calling. This is like a random day in September, but I thought it was super good for what we're experiencing right now. It says, "Rejoice in me always. No matter what is going on, you can rejoice in your love relationship with me. This is the secret of being content in all circumstances." So many people dream of the day when they will finally be happy, when they are out of debt, when their children are out of trouble, when they have more leisure time, and so on. While they daydream, their moments are trickling into the ground like precious balm spilling wastefully from overturned bottles. Fantasizing about future happiness will never bring fulfillment because fantasy is unreality. Even though I'm invisible, I'm far more real than the world you see around you. My reality is eternal and unchanging. Bring your moments to me and I will fill them with vibrant joy. Now is the time to rejoice in my presence. So I just thought that was super convicting for what we're going through right now. Like, everyone is trying to get back to school, everyone wants to go back to work, like we're all kind of on our toes waiting to get back to like normal life, when I think right now God just wants us to just sit and be okay, content with where we are, and just to thank him for the time that he is giving us on this earth. Like, even though it's an uncomfortable time and it's a weird and isolated time, just to thank him for what he is giving us and to know that he is in control of everything. So I had that, and then if I can find it, I had another verse that I thought was really good. I'm probably not going to be able to find it in time. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is Philippians 4:4-6. And it says, "Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say, rejoice. Let your reasonableness be known to everyone. The Lord is at hand. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God." So throughout this whole time that we're experiencing, just feels like really just uncomfortable and weird. First, we need to be thankful for it and rejoice in it, and know that we don't need to worry, because when we pray, we say thank you to God for everything he's doing for us. He is going to take care of us, and he's got us, and it's all going to be okay in the long run. So yes, that was my little prayer for the day. And yes, let's close it out. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And back to you, Paul and Hannah.
Thank you, Embry, for opening us in prayer tonight. Hannah, you know what that means. It's time for
Announcements.
All right, let's see what we have this week. First up, our sock religious fundraiser. So guys, we are still selling these socks. Put them out there to your family, to your friends. A lot of us are shoeless these days and just sitting around in socks. So I think this is a great time to buy some new religious socks. This is a fundraiser for our mission trip. So we are still.
I've been getting questions about that. Just hold the money and we'll collect it at one time at the end of the sale, and we'll announce that soon. Next up, we have a new fundraiser happening right now. We are partnering with our friends at Pindy House Jewelry. So if you're looking for a great Mother's Day gift, graduation, Easter, First Communion, or confirmation gift, please consider Pindy House Jewelry. Our friends at Pindy House are offering to give us a percentage of all sales if you use the code YOUTH2020. So whether you call them or use their online or you order online, you can use code YOUTH2020 and we will get a percentage of your sale. Thank you, Pindy House.
Guys, we love this Pindy House jewelry. I've been wearing my Pindy House necklace the whole time that we've been filming, actually. I think every episode I have my Mary necklace on. So I wear it every day. Some good jewelry, good gifts.
Thanks for supporting us.
All right, we have a new announcement to add to the lineup. Senior Spotlight. We are missing our seniors last month and this month, so we want to do something special for you. We're asking that you send in your senior picture. It can be your cap and gown, or it can be your casual one. What we don't want is a picture of you on your couch or with your dog or something. So your senior pictures. And then we're asking you to send in some advice to the underclassmen in our ministry. So it can be what you would do differently, what you love most about youth group, just some advice to your younger classmates regarding your time in youth ministry. You can send those in to us on Facebook. You can send them in an email to Paul and Hannah, or you can direct message us on Instagram with that. We'll be posting those on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as they come in, just to honor our class of 2020.
Next up, Monday Morning Jesus. We want to remind you that last Monday we began this series, and it will continue tomorrow. Join us on social media for Monday Morning Message. In fact, because this is Holy Week, we will be providing additional messages throughout the week. So check in on social media throughout the week for our morning messages.
All right. Virtual small groups, senior high. We are meeting each Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Check your GroupMe's if you have not checked in yet, and they'll have the information on how to Zoom with everybody. I think everyone had a good time this last go round. We played a little scavenger hunt. We apologize to all the parents out there that the children, your teenagers were running around your house looking for forks and picture frames and things like that. Hopefully you guys had a good time. So Zoom in this Wednesday to see what your small group leaders have in store for you.
Speaking of games, Hannah, do you realize that this is episode 3 of Sunday Night Live and we have yet to play a game with the youth group?
Yes, I've been missing games. There's been something missing, and that's what it is.
So I think it's time for our first ever Sunday Night Live game. Let's go.
Let's do it.
And now it's time for Face Booty Awesome!
All right, here's how you play this game. It's very simple. We're gonna play you some clips, and all you have to do is guess, is this person going to fall on their face, fall on their booty, or is it going to be awesome? Let's see what we've got first. All right, ready, Paul?
I'm ready. We haven't seen this yet.
Oh, face.
Face.
That's good, face. All right, let's see. That poor kid.
Yeah, that one had to be face. That
poor kid.
That had to hurt.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's
Not funny. It's not funny.
Oh, getting it. Look at those fans.
There's no way this can turn out awesome.
Nothing about this is awesome, so I'm gonna go with booty.
I'll go with face. Oh, that's two for me.
All right, I don't know how many.
Oh.
I don't know. Awesome.
I don't know how this could be awesome. I'm going booty.
Let's see. Oh!
That's not funny. It's not funny. It's unkind. I'm gonna go awesome.
I'm gonna go booty.
I'm going awesome. I don't know what this is, but it's got potential.
Why is that little fence there? Okay. Booty! Yeah, that hurt.
Kids, do not try that at home.
And what a turd friend that they're like zooming in with the camera after you fell.
Oh, awesome. I'm going awesome.
That can't be real.
I'm going awesome. This is incredible.
I just am confused why there's an elephant. Awesome! Oh my gosh. That can't be real. Okay, let's see what's up next. Alright.
Oh, this is soccer. It's gotta be a soccer ball to the head.
I really feel like it's gonna be awesome. Like
I'm going face.
Okay, let's see what happens. I'm
I'm going
nervous.
face.
I'm nervous.
I didn't even see what happened, but I won. I got face.
You didn't want to see it. You didn't want to see that poor girl. That's a broken nose.
Ow, what happened? What happened?
It was a soccer ball to the face.
I know, but why did it pause?
That's over. You ready for
Oh.
the next one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Live TV.
Oh no, why? Why?
Awesome. I'm going awesome.
I think
This
you
is
got
gonna
it.
turn up. This is gonna be awesome.
I don't know why you would try this, but I think it's awesome.
Do not try this.
Oh. Oh, he's going back. No, why are you going back? Why are you going back? Okay.
Don't try that.
Don't try that. That's
Stay inside. Stay indoors.
incredibly dumb. All right, let's see what happens.
Face. 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 Face.
You think that rotation is gonna? I think that the Earth's axis. So I'm gonna go booty.
He's gonna nail his face.
I don't want to watch.
I don't think it's funny.
Booty. Ooh,
No.
ooh, ooh.
That was kind of weak.
That was. He didn't even hit his booty. That's
That's weak. Move on. Face.
I think you can make the rotation. I think awesome. Let's see what happens.
Just about the Earth's axis again.
The Earth's axis.
It-
Awesome. It's the Earth's axis. All right, this is our last one.
I'm happy he didn't hit his face.
Me too. I don't want anyone to get hurt. Ready for our last video?
I'm ready.
Okay. Oh, racquetball. This is terrifying to me.
This is face. There's no way this is not face.
Where are their goggles? Where are their goggles? Okay,
There's no way. This is face.
I would never play this game. This is the scariest game in the world to me. All right, you ready?
Yep.
I'm gonna go with face too. Where's the ball? Oh!
That is not the face I expected. I expected the ball to the face, not the face to the wall.
All right, folks. So that was face booty. Awesome.
Awesome.
Woo! Thanks for playing.
Hey, Hannah, how about we check out some of those dad jokes?
Oh yeah, I think we have some good ones this week. Let's check them out.
Okay, kids, here's my dad joke for you. What happened when you made the pepper angry? What happened when you made the pepper angry? He got jalapeno face!
Wow. As always, our dads did not disappoint. That was fantastic.
Yeah. Do you think Mikey could teach you that little thing he did?
Yeah, the little I could take a lesson from the Mikey Price handbook.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Dad.
So guys, you guys have seen in our homes, Hannah's home and my home for the past couple of weeks, here on Sunday Night Live.
And we got a good little hyperspeed tour from your house, Paul, when you ran from the bathroom.
Yeah, did you enjoy that 5-second tour you got in my house?
Mm-hmm.
So we thought it'd be awesome to take a look at where some of you are in quarantine. And so we'd like to introduce our new segment this week called Cribs.
So earlier this week, we had the Kuzams check in with us and show us where they're quarantining. Let's check it out. Kuzams.
Hey SNL, we're the Kuzam triplets, and welcome to my crib. Come on in. Alright, so the first room is a fancy dining room. We only eat here when we have guests, and as you can tell, we don't use this place that much. Kind of looks like an IKEA display, has no purpose, but looks nice. Now, let me take you to the next room. Here, we have the fancy living room. Same type of deal, it's kind of like an IKEA display, and we're not allowed to sit. I like this room because it has the piano, and I really like the piano, so I don't know, just something maybe like.
Oh, hey, this is the kitchen. This is where Nadim eats all the frozen pizzas. Come on, let me show you. Don't be shy. Come on, come on. Okay, so basically this is where. Don't get distracted. Come on, let's go. This is where we've been spending a lot of our time during quarantine because we're bored, so we eat. This is where we sit, eat meals, do our homework sometimes, not really. The fish, because we can't have dogs, so we have one dog over there. Oh, there he is, okay. This is where, 7 in the morning when we wake everyone up, he ends up here, even though we thought that we woke him up. Come here, let's wake him up. You have to approach the beast very gently.
Wake up! Alright, let's take you out back. This is our patio, outdoor area. This is where we chill in the summertime. Here's our pool. There's Amir trying to jump. But yeah, this place is super nice. Hit some nice bangers in this basket hoop, you know.
Okay, so now I'm gonna take you guys upstairs. So this is where the boys' room is and the playroom. And you always hear yelling all the time because they play ping pong and Nadim always wins, but don't tell him I told you that. Okay, let's go look.
Oh yeah, that's my point. That's my point. Oh! Welcome to the playroom. In my crib. I do some pull-ups right here. Slow over. Nice little right down.
Okay, that's enough. Okay, that's enough of that. This is the playroom. Amir, do you want to explain it? Because Nadim's too self-centered.
Another piano.
Oh my god. Amir, stop! I'll explain it. This is where we have most of our friends. TV. Nadim doesn't have any friends. There's Amir. Asleep again. Ping pong table, nice view. Yeah, that's basically it.
Happy SNL. Love y'all.
We miss you.
Miss you.
Thanks, Kuzams. We loved seeing around your house and where you're being quarantined. I feel like I know you much better after that. And hey guys, if you want to be featured on our segment called Cribs, just let us know. Reach out to us. We'd love to see a glimpse into your house during quarantine.
So guys, we've been in quarantine and we've been apart from you and from our ministry in the JP2 for a while, but that doesn't mean that we've stopped growing. We have continued to recruit, and we are happy to announce that we're adding 3 new advisors to our ministry team. We want to introduce them to you here. All we have is a picture of them because, you know, quarantine. But we want to introduce you to them. Here's one of our newest junior high advisors we'd like to welcome to the team, Macy Chapman. Welcome, Macy.
Macy was one of our youth when she was in high school, and now she's come back to town, and she's going to be helping with our junior high youth group. Next up, we have Spencer Smith. Many of you know Spencer because he is a search adult, and he's also made it to a couple of our meetings so far, but we wanted to include him on our new advisor segment tonight. So here's Spencer clowning around on top of the Peabody, per usual.
Pretty sure his very first meeting with us, we had him dressed as a frog.
Yeah, and we sprayed his face green. He's a trooper.
And he came back. He came back. And finally, we'd love to introduce you to our newest senior high advisor. Welcome to the team, Louis Montesi.
Lewis, we've been trying to get Lewis to be an advisor for a hot minute. He's also one of our search adults, so he may seem familiar to you.
Which coincidentally leads us nicely into our next segment. Let's check in with this week's special guest. And we are super excited to have one of those new advisors with us tonight. Please help me welcome new to St. Louis Youth Ministry and new to Sunday Night Live, new senior high advisor, Louis Montesi.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, Lewis. We're glad you're here.
Thanks. It's good to be here. It's been a long time coming.
It for sure has been a long time coming. I'm pretty sure we've been trying to get you on our volunteer staff for a few years now.
Yeah, I'm going to go with like almost 6. Almost 6.
We finally get you, and then there's a pandemic, and we're quarantined.
And then there's a global pandemic.
Yeah.
Well, good things come to those who wait.
No.
Well, Louis, we're super excited you're joining our team. Unfortunately, you said yes, right, as we went on a little break, a little hiatus. So you haven't actually been to a youth ministry meeting yet. But tell our audience, what is your connection to our youth ministry?
So I first got involved with St. Louis Youth Ministry when I was in the 7th grade, when I was a St. Louis kid, back when you were my morality teacher and PowerPoint teacher. And then in high school, you know, when we were having meetings every week, I started going. My older sister was going, and she was having a lot of fun. And I think one of the things that helped a lot too is that some of my closest friends would go every week too. And so it was just nice to be able to go to mass on Sunday with my family, but then also be able to go and talk about God with friends too at night, and cut up a little too on the side.
So we're glad that we've got you, and we're sad that we're in quarantine when we have you. So how has your quarantine been? How's it been going?
So it's been really difficult. And I say that, I don't think it's been as difficult for me as it has been for our youth. And I can say our youth now because, you know, I'm on team. But I think basically I'm going to work because I'm working in a law office, and we're like within the confines of what's essential. So we get to go to work, and I pretty much hide in my office all day so that, you know, I don't put anybody at risk, drive home. And if I'm not like in here, then I'm usually out running on the trails at Shelby Farms, because so far I don't think I can get COVID-19 like in the woods on the trails running. So
Hopefully
so
not.
far.
So here's your surprise interview question that we did not prepare you for. If you had to pick one youth minister to be the best youth minister between Paul and Hannah, who would you choose and why?
That is unfair.
My face feels red and it looks red too. Jeez Louise.
I did not answer that. There's no good answer to that question.
Okay, fine, Paul.
Well, I'm just trying to keep him out of hot water with either one of us.
Thanks.
So, Louis, I know you're ready to go, and you're gearing up and you're excited. Tell us, what is it you are looking forward most to working with our senior high youth ministry at St. Louis?
So I think I think I'm just looking forward to connecting with people every week, because, you know, I've talked with you guys before. A lot of people have kind of helped bring me, like Paul, I know you've been on me for like 6 years. And in addition to that, other people have been pushing me toward it too. And a lot of the youth who are watching this know me because I've been involved on the adult team at Surge for the past year. So whenever I say things like, I can't wait to see you guys again, it's because a lot of the people who are going to youth group are people who I've already had a chance to build relationships with. And I'm just so looking forward to not only seeing my Surge kids every week, but also I want to meet all of these other people who I've heard about, who I've kind of seen around. Like I've got some, not surprisingly, I have some relatives who are in youth group, and that doesn't surprise Paul or Hannah, I don't think. And then I want to meet the seniors too. And like when we come together, even though it's going to be like kind of close to their send off, like even if you're a senior, come say hi to me, because I want to meet you too and kind of hear your story and connect with you.
Well, I know that you're excited to meet our youth, and I get that because we have some incredible youth in our youth ministry, and I know they're excited to meet you.
Mhm.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
And it'll be a good opportunity to hang out with PQ every week.
Yeah, so I guess a lot of them don't know this, but Patrick Point and I have been best friends since we were like 9 years old. And I've known him since I was 5, and he went skiing 4 years. I went on winter retreat 3 years, so we went on winter retreat together. And he was one of those people who I mentioned before who went to youth group with me, every Sunday. And I'm not surprised at all that he's been able to connect with and impact a lot of you guys, because he's one of the best people I know. And he definitely helped, along with you guys, he definitely, kind of helped steer me towards like giving you Paul a yes, and joining up.
Thank you, Patrick. All right. Well, Lewis, we are so happy that you checked in with us tonight on Sunday Night Live, episode 3. Thanks for giving us your time, and we are so excited to have you join our team and can't wait for you to be an active part of our ministry.
Thanks to all the youth. For those of you who know me, and then even the ones who don't, I love you guys, and I miss you, and I can't wait to see you again.
All right.
We
Thanks so
love
much.
you. Bye, Lewis.
Thanks. Love you guys too.
Well, we've actually moved locations in our homes, Hannah. That must mean only one thing. It's time for another segment of Conversations with Paul and Hannah.
Yes.
So I thought it'd be appropriate if we had a little conversation about the obvious. Today is Palm Sunday. So it kicks off Holy Week. And wow, this is the most different Holy Week I've ever experienced.
It reminds me of, everyone's posting memes and stuff on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. But my favorite one that I've seen is, excuse me, but I didn't mean to give up this much for Lent. Seems funny.
Yeah, I think we've all given up so much more. I gave up sweets. I never intended to give up toilet paper. So yeah, I just think we've all really had to go without or pull back or retreat a little bit on activities, and not just stuff. Obviously we're having to maybe do without some conveniences and some things, but we've pulled back on activities, and it's really, as we talked about in last week's episode, it's really given us a chance to pause and to be still and maybe to find God in that stillness and to listen to him. But it's really odd kicking off Holy Week this way.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. This is definitely not what I thought I'd be doing on Palm Sunday, is zooming in with you in my office at home. It really is a lesson in remembering that our plans are not God's plans, as much as that, sucks for someone, especially like me. I'm a planner, I plan every part of my life, and to have that reminder in such a big way that I'm not in control and I have to trust God and his plans.
Yeah. Well, hopefully everyone's been to Mass today. Maybe you've driven by and gotten a palm from St. Louis or from another local parish, and hopefully you've been to the online Mass of your choice. And if you did, you may have heard that there was a second gospel reading this morning, and with the the procession of palms, there was a second gospel reading, and it was about Jesus sending 2 disciples into Bethpage to retrieve for him a donkey. And so I thought we would reread just a portion of that here, because I think it has a good lesson for us today. It says, as they drew near Jerusalem, entering Bethpage on the Mount of Olives, Jesus sent off 2 disciples with the instructions, go into the village straight ahead of you, and you will immediately find an ass tethered and her colt with her. Untie them and lead them back to me. If anyone says a word to you, say, the master needs them. Then he will let them go at once. I've wondered as I heard that today, do you think those disciples were like, what is he talking about? They had to know that something was changing, but do you think they questioned, why are we doing this?
Mm-hmm. Just go and get this donkey and just bring it back. And if anybody says anything to you, just tell them, oh, I need it. It's fine.
Yeah. So let's take a look at what may have been going through the minds of these 2 disciples.
This is a no-brainer. We do exactly what Jesus said. We go into town, we find the donkey with its colt,
I
we
just don't
untie
understand
it.
why Jesus wants us to commit a crime. He wants us to steal a donkey.
No, not steal, borrow.
Oh, so we're just supposed to stroll into town, untie the donkey,
And say exactly what he said to say.
What is it? Oh, that the Lord has need of it?
Yes, and we'll return it.
What does that even mean, the Lord has need of it?
It's self-explanatory. Why are you being so
me? Because you all know that I'm the rule follower of the bunch. I just don't know why Jesus just didn't ask Peter to do this.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing.
This is so up Peter's alley. Steal the donkey, cause an uproar, that's his thing. Peter is the reason why banks chain their pens. Oh, I just don't want to go to jail. You know I hate one-ply toilet paper.
Hey, lower your voice. Look, we're just going to do what Jesus says. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? I don't know, a cracked rib, a busted lip, the kind of name calling that'll put you in therapy years down the road.
Stop it! Stop whining! Stop talking! Stop everything! Stop freaking out!
I don't mean to be judgy here, but someone needs to get the log out of their own eye.
You have trust issues. Serious trust issues.
You even know how many germs are in a jail cell, do you?
No, I don't. I'm sure it's a whole lot, okay? I don't know. And I don't know why Jesus wants us to get a donkey, and I don't know why people are gathering branches over here and lining the streets, but it just seems like there's something big is about to happen.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Go back. Why did you say I had trust issues?
Okay, let's make it about you.
What?
Think about it. Since we've been following him, we've seen him give sight to the blind. He's healed people with leprosy. He's raised people from the dead. From the dead? I can't even raise you from a nap. Hey, I think we can trust him with this donkey issue.
That's just it. I have trust issues. I see how Jesus trusts the Father. He trusts so much, even more than the ground that I'm standing on. To trust someone like that, I just can't even imagine.
Yeah. But if you're going to trust someone, it's him, right?
Okay, all right, let's do it. We got this.
All right.
You first.
Baby steps.
Hey, when we get there and we grab said donkey, maybe I really should leave like a Benjamin.
No.
A 20 spot?
No.
A thank you card.
Stop it.
All right, I'll trust him.
Well, Paul, it's kind of silly, but I can relate to those two disciples having to go like get that donkey. You know, it just seems like such a ridiculous request, I'm sure, to them, like listening to them being like, why are we borrowing this donkey for Jesus, you know? And that's kind of how I'm feeling about this COVID-19 pandemic thing. I think it's very similar to the donkey problem. It's like, God, why are we in this situation? Like, why, you know, why are we trusting you through this? Why did someone eat a bat in China and now I'm in my living or in my office working from home? You know, it just seems really crazy. And it's just a practice of trusting his plan over mine. But what really struck me out of that video is one of the disciples yelling at the other one and being like, stop it, stop whining, stop it, stop talking, stop everything, stop freaking out. Because that's what I need sometimes, is someone just to be like, just stop. And we talked a lot last week about stopping and being still. But I think what builds on that is stopping, being still, and trusting. And that's, you know, putting that stillness into action. And that's what's been really difficult for me, is putting it into action and trusting. And, you know, the guy talks about trust issues, and that's, you know, something we hear about all the time in our world. Like, oh, I have trust issues because my friend told the secret of mine, or my boyfriend cheated on me, or whatever it is. You know, we hear trust issues all the time. But to hear him say like that he sees Jesus trusting God so much, or he trusts him as much as the ground he's standing on. Like, Jesus trusts God so much that he's so sure that God's there, that it's as real as like the ground underneath him, that, you know, you never think the ground's going to disappear underneath you. And so I just think that was such a beautiful way of reminding us that Jesus trusting God, he was setting that example for us to trust Jesus. And then the guy says, if you're going to trust someone, it's going to be him, right? Like about Jesus. And that's kind of what I've been practicing during this quarantine and practicing going into Holy Week, is I needed someone to scream at me, stop freaking out and just trust. And so I'm trying to take baby steps. Like they say, you know, come on, baby steps. And even the one disciple who was having the trust issues, he was begrudgingly going. He was like, okay, fine, I'll trust him, you know. And that's how I feel sometimes. But my mantra, I guess, lately has been, you know, just do the next right thing, just baby steps, like whatever that is. If, you know, the next right thing is to stop and be still, or the next right thing is to stop, be still and trust, or just taking it a baby step at a time. So in a weird way, I can really relate to two men in the Bible borrowing a donkey.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting take on Matthew's gospel that we heard at Mass today. These two disciples, like, what did go through their brain? Like, did they question? Like, did they have this conversation? Did they say, why are we doing this? I love the part of the video where one of them points out something different is happening. Something special is about to happen. It was clear to them. They didn't know what, but they could sense that something special was about to happen. Of course, we have the benefit of history on our side, and we know what that special event was. But it had to be very difficult to be in their shoes and to just have to blindly trust. And even when you sense something was changing, I think it's interesting too. One of the disciples points out, we've seen him heal leprosy, and we've seen him give sight to the blind, and we've seen him raise people from the dead. And so they'd seen all that, and still they had trust issues. And it brings me actually great comfort, because I think back on all the things that he's brought me through, and I look back on all the things he's brought us, you know, all of us through, all the trials and sufferings and sorrows and troubles and obstacles that we've encountered in our lives, and he's carried us through. And yet we still often have trouble giving him our complete trust. And I think this moment in time, whatever the meaning of it is an opportunity to really practice giving him our trust. He wants it, he deserves it, and this is an incredible opportunity to give it. And so I don't know when this is going to end. I don't like doing Sunday Night Live from my living room or my kitchen. I want to be with the youth in the JP2. But I know this. I know, because I trust. I know this too shall pass, that there's an end to this. So my prayer is not that this ends. My prayer is that when this ends, we all find meaning in it, that there's some greater depth of meaning, that we all walk away from this event better, stronger, and more loving Christians, people that love more. We love our neighbors more, and we trust more. And so I'm hoping for everyone watching tonight that you are maybe starting to look for the deeper meaning, so that when this ends, it changes you in some way for the better. And so, Hannah, I love these chats. I miss our office chats. I miss yelling at you from the next office over and saying, "What did you say?"
I'll be there in a minute.
So it's been nice to have these conversations with Paul and Hannah on Sunday Night Live.
Well, it's been lovely catching up. Speaking of catching up, should we catch up with our quarantines?
Let's do it now. Let's check in on our Keeping Up with the Quarantine segment. All right, and we're back in the studios. That was a great conversation, Hannah. Thank you for that.
All right, it's time for your favorite segment, our favorite segment, Keeping Up with the Quarantine.
We're so excited for this week's batch. Let's take a look at who's in quarantine this week. First up, we've got, senior high youth. Amelia Jones.
Working on a puzzle. I wonder what that is. It kind of, I see whiskers. I feel like maybe that's a cat puzzle.
Or a raccoon. Who knows?
Raccoon.
Let us know, Amelia, if you're watching in the comments.
It's likely a raccoon puzzle. Those are really popular raccoon puzzles.
All right.
We're live. Silence your phone.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, that is totally my phone going off.
All right, up next, who do we have, Paul Walker?
Oh, I got Bart.
Look at him. Is he pressure washing? Because that is very satisfying to pressure wash.
He is pressure washing. In fact, I was texting back and forth with him after he sent me this, and I said, you should totally start a business right now of pressure washing.
I would pay him to come pressure wash my house.
There's a lot of work that needs to be done. Thanks for sending us that, Bart. Next
On
up,
my house.
Huh?
You said there's a lot of work that needs to be done on my house. Up next, who do we have?
We've got a junior high youth, Fia Bernard, with her puppy dog.
Look, out cold, man.
Is that a little ramp to get up the couch for the dog?
I think it is. That's so cute.
Or is that a ramp for Fia to get on the couch?
Probably Fia. She is a small little person.
Thanks for sending that, Fia. Next up, we have another junior high youth. Look, there's Garrett Lee.
With a deer. Look at him. He is just snuggled up. Garrett, let us know what the name of that deer is and the deer above it. Let us know what their names are because I'm sure you've named them.
Thanks, Garrett. All right, next we have, here's Lily McCrary.
Hashtag quarantine. Lily, let us know how many takes it took to get a picture of you in the air.
Yeah, why is she kneeling on that bush? How'd she balance on top of that bush?
Maybe it's a fake bush. Did Madeline take that picture or did your mom? Let us know. Let us know.
All right, and finally, look at this. Sarah Reno.
Is that a new puppy?
Yeah, so she got that this week in quarantine. You know, my family did the same. We got a puppy last week. Well, she's 1 year old.
Is the puppy near you?
Heidi, come here. Heidi. Well, she is, but I don't know if I can get her here. Yes, Sarah got a puppy this week. This is a great time to get a puppy, by the way.
Oh my gosh, I want a puppy. Hey, studio audience, everybody text Simon Hill and give him your reasons for why I should have a dog right now. So have those coming in.
All right, hey, Hannah, let's check out some of the TikToks we've gotten this week.
All right, I hear Heidi. Let's check them out.
Easy now, no need to go down. Drop that run, that is how we from. Easy now, no need to go down. Easy now, no need to go down. Drop that run, that is how we from. Easy now, no need to go down. Drop that run, that is how we from.
Hey, back it out west, slang it out west. Go metallic knife, I can shake it out west.
Bum 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 bum. Mr.
Gotta take the time to cut them off, I need help. I know how to make the girl go crazy. When you treat her like your number one baby. Go crazy when you treat her like.
All right, Hannah, last week in our small group Wednesday small group sessions, we played a game. We played a game called Home Hunt, Scavenger Hunt. And we have that produced about, 11 winners, one per small group?
11 winners, and surprisingly, Paul, they were all girls, which tells you that girls know where things are in the house, and men have male pattern blindness and don't know where things are.
Or they're just super lazy and would only grab what was in their reach.
I heard that was what Kith was doing, but we'll see.
Well, congratulations to our 11 winners, and your names all go into a hat tonight, and we're going to draw for the grand prize. Hannah, what's our grand prize?
Our grand prize is this personal isolation tent. Please see our disclaimer. This does not keep germs out, but it may keep siblings out. So,
all right, well, let's spin away and see who wins our prize this week.
All right, this is the coveted prize. Let's see what happens. Drum roll, please, in your homes. No, drum roll, please, in your homes. I know you're not doing it. Thank you. Okay, ready? Oh, wait. There we go. All right.
Who's it gonna be?
It's
Who's it
going
gonna
to
be?
be Ann Grimes from Grayson's Grove small group.
Congratulations, Ann. Hey, and guess what, Ann? Because of isolation and because of quarantine, that prize will be delivered to your front porch via Amazon. Okay, junior high, now it's your turn to win your very own self-isolation tent.
All right, junior high, let's check out what you're going to get. I think this one's a little bit more fun than our senior high one. Sorry, senior high, but it's a rocket ship edition, which is exciting. So we've put everybody's names into this spinner, and we'll see who gets the chance to win. Are you ready, Paul?
Yes, let's see who's going to isolate in space. This is awesome. Here we go, junior high.
All right, let's go.
Come on, big money. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Matthew Lucchese.
Matthew Lucchese. All right, so Hannah, I think we should make it a little more difficult on Matthew than just drawing his name. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that we should have him do something to earn this tent.
So what if, self-isolation, what if he sent us a picture?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just spitballing here. What if he sent us a picture of himself in a pillow fort, like a couch cushion fort?
I love it, because senior high had to earn their self-isolation tent in small groups. So Matthew, you have to earn your self-isolation tent prize. So in the next 24 hours, you need to send us a picture of yourself in a pillow fort.
So let's say before 7:30 Monday night, tomorrow night.
Perfect.
And if we get a picture, so you can, a picture of you in a pillow fort, a couch cushion fort, then you will win the self-isolation tent. How do you get us that picture? Well, you can email it to Paul or Hannah, or you can send it on the Instagram. Hannah?
You can slide into our DMs and send us a picture of yourself in a pillow fort in the next 24 hours before 7:30 on Saturday night.
That's what I said, the Instagram.
Yeah, you nailed it. All right, Matthew, we look forward to hearing from you.
Congratulations to our winners tonight.
And Matthew, this is a legendary moment because it's the first time ever in my entire life that I've ever made a mistake. By Saturday at 7:30, I meant Monday at 7:30, unless you can go back in time and get me a picture yesterday at 7:30. So it's up to you, either way you want to do it.
Yes, Matthew, we look forward to that picture. Hey, speaking of Matthew, it's time to end our meeting in closing prayer. And to close us in prayer tonight, we take it to Christian Brothers Jr., Matthew Elder. Matthew?
Gentlemen, if you're wearing a hat, please take it off. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. God, I want to thank you for the opportunity for us to come together as a youth group on Sundays and meet as family. I want to pray for all the families that are affected by COVID-19, everyone's well-beings. And I want to ask that you watch over us as we enter Palm Sunday and Easter, and everyone stay safe through this time. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. And the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Back to you, Paul and Hannah.
Thanks, Matthew, for closing our night in prayer. We missed you. It was good to see you. We have two new guests to close out our night. We have Ralph over here, my old fat cat.
And this is Heidi that I told you about. We got Heidi a little less than a week ago. She's new to our family.
Hi, Heidi. Ralph, say hi to Heidi. I'm sure you'll love her. Nope, not happy.
All right, before they attack each other. All right, thanks, Heidi. Okay. All right, gang. So, Hannah, episode 3 in the books.
We did it.
Good job. Ow.
I'm really strong. Seniors, be sure to send us your senior pictures and your message to the rest of our ministry.
And guys, don't forget, we are looking for quarantine pics and TikToks and senior spotlights. We're looking for a lot from you guys this week. Hey, a special shout out to Bryant Media Group, Jeff Bryant with Bryant Media Group. He's helping us produce all of our Sunday Night Lives. We couldn't do it without you, Jeff. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, guys, we're praying for you. Please look for our Monday morning message tomorrow morning, and also those additional messages we're going to have throughout Holy Week. And we'll see you together next Sunday, Easter Sunday. Usually we want to meet, but we're going to cast right into your houses, right into your homes on Easter Sunday as well.
Have a blessed Holy Week, guys. We miss you and love you. Goodbye.
Bye, guys. Love y'all.